This is a message for the WNBA. Do you realize that what you have in Caitlin Clark, you're allowing her to get beaten up on the regular during games, flagrant fouls, people trying to take her eye out. That's happened a couple different times last year and this year.
There is one thing, no doubt, that's about to happen. The WNBA teams that move their games, this is about to be catastrophic for them.
The Fever games are down 53% without Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's golden ticket, is officially sidelined, and that's exactly why arenas look emptier and TVs are turning off. This was the scenario everyone dreaded. The Indiana Fever confirmed she's out indefinitely with a groin strain, but here's where it gets messy. The league, which has built its entire marketing campaign around Clark, now finds itself in chaos. Fans are furious, sponsors are rattled, and you can bet league executives are panicking behind closed doors. But let's be real, this could have been avoided. If referees had offered her fair protection, if coaches had shown better judgment, and if opposing players hadn't gone after her like she was a moving target, maybe we wouldn't be here. Now, the WNBA is staring down its worst-case scenario. What happens when your league relies too heavily on one star? Clark's injury feels like the league's version of DEFCON 1. Some fans saw this coming, the warning signs were there. The leg sleeves, the pained expressions, the sudden dip in those signature deep threes. And though Clark will be out for at least 2 weeks, the bigger worry isn't the missed games, it's what the league becomes without her.
Whether some fans like it or not, it was proven the last time that she was out with injury that the WNBA does better when she is on the court. The WNBA ratings across the league dropped by over 50% when Caitlin Clark was out with injury.
Not only have the ratings dropped, but viewership has plunged by a staggering 50%. Half of the WNBA's audience vanished like steam on scorching pavement, and it's happening all over again. The league's biggest draw is hurt, and now panic is spreading. Caitlin Clark, the Fever star, is in pain, and suddenly the entire WNBA looks like it's bracing for a total collapse. Everyone's scrambling, trying to figure out how to prevent the league from falling apart. Speculation is everywhere. What happens next could flip everything upside down. But before we dive deeper, watch this video, drop a comment if you think the refs messed up, and make sure to subscribe. Now let's talk about how we got to this point. This wasn't random. It wasn't bad luck. It was negligence, hidden behind the excuse of letting them play. Clark's injury traces back to one brutal moment in the Liberty game, when New York came out swinging. Body checks, head bumps, shoulder hits, and the refs just stood there. No fouls, no warnings, nothing. Natasha Cloud ripped the ball from Clark so aggressively it twisted her body, and the abuse didn't stop there. With the officials practically blindfolded, Caitlin endured hits to the back of her head and limped through the game like a warrior navigating a battlefield. Fans weren't just mad, they were outraged. Social media exploded with hashtags like #ProtectCaitlin trending worldwide. The message was loud and clear. Why should fans stick around if the WNBA can't protect its biggest star? And here's the ugly truth. It's not just about one game. This is about a toxic culture of jealousy and resentment that's been building. Caitlin Clark doesn't just have a fan base, she has an army of haters. Players sick of her headlines. Players who, if they can't beat her with skill, will try to beat her down physically. She's the face of endorsements and viral moments, and instead of rising with her, some have chosen to drag her down. Meanwhile, referees act like passive spectators, sipping iced coffee while chaos unfolds. What was once called physical play now feels more like sanctioned assault. J.C. Sheldon yanked Caitlin's arm like she was trying to keep it as a souvenir. The body checks were so brutal that even Fever coach Stephanie White would have been penalized if this were hockey.
It's going to look a little bit different without Didi, just because of our spacing, because of our timing. We don't have to reinvent from a lineup standpoint. I just think we have to focus on utilizing our players in a different way.
The Indiana Fever is now under fire for putting Caitlin Clark back on the court with just 16 seconds left in a game they were already winning by 8 points. Fans are rightfully asking, why was she even out there? If you believe Caitlin deserves way more protection, not just from the league or the referees, but even from her own team, smash that like button. Let's not sugarcoat it. The WNBA is Caitlin Clark right now. That's the reality. Her debut shattered records. Her games are the ones people tune in to watch. And when she's not playing, viewership drops faster than a reality star's reputation after a cancelled spin-off. The WNBA riding on Caitlin Clark is like Netflix betting everything on Stranger Things. Except this isn't fiction, and the stakes are real.
So passing season as well. Her assist numbers. Oh no, Caitlin Clark has yet. So Ryan Howard picks up the foul. Pressure she had on her shoulders coming into the ankle roll one more time, right? That's rookie seasons and WNBA.
Imagine Netflix dropping a new season, except 11 is missing. That's exactly what the WNBA looks like without Caitlin Clark. No main character, just scattered side stories featuring background players. Suddenly, sponsors go silent, fans tune out, and even the highlight reels feel like overhyped rec league games. The brutal truth? Nobody's buying tickets to see a Caitlin-less fever. And it gets worse, this isn't just about one player missing games. This is the kind of absence that threatens the very foundation of the league.
They're down 50% overall since Caitlin Clark exited with the quadricep injury. The fever games are down 53% without Caitlin Clark. Do you think the denial is over as it relates from these women that, oh yeah, it's Angel Reese and the league is up as a whole, and it's Caitlin and Angel that have done?
Now let's talk about the fan rebellion, because this isn't just a quiet murmur, it's full-blown outrage. Fans aren't disappointed, they're livid. TikTok, Twitter, and Reddit are flooding with posts headlined, "The WNBA failed Caitlin Clark," and "This league doesn't deserve her." The message is everywhere. And the league is finally waking up to a hard truth. When you hitch your entire wagon to one superstar, the second she limps off the court, that wagon doesn't just slow down, it crashes headfirst into a ditch.
But for some reason, the WNBA doesn't want to protect Caitlin Clark, and I don't quite understand why. Now, I'm going to talk about this more in an upcoming episode of the Pro Zone Show, because I have some theories and other people have put in their opinions. But you're not making a lot of money without Clark. You lost 50% of your viewership when she was out with a quad injury. Do you want her to get injured again? Your ticket sales plummeted. They went from, $89 a game to $25 a game for certain games when Clark was out. You're getting money from the NBA to keep you alive. Wouldn't you like to be sustainable on your own? And you can do that by building up around Caitlin Clark. She puts butts in the seats and she inspires young women to come and play college basketball and potentially pro basketball. You're not doing the right thing here. You're making dumb mistakes, and I don't know why, but I'm going to find out in more detail. I have theories, as do others. We'll talk about that on the next Pro Zone.
Calls for a boycott are now echoing across social media, targeting WNBA broadcasts, merchandise, sponsors, and even live games. One viral tweet said it best: "Why should I pay for the league's carelessness if it won't protect its stars?" And just like that, the dominoes have started to fall. Sponsors are scrambling, legal teams are on high alert, and casual fans are walking away. Meanwhile, the league is doing its best impression of the "this is fine" meme while everything burns around them. The WNBA was supposed to walk into upcoming CBA negotiations armed with record-breaking ratings and momentum. Instead, they're crawling in with their biggest star on the sideline in street clothes, and a fan base on the verge of mutiny. And now comes the uncomfortable question no one at League HQ wants to face: what if Caitlin doesn't come back soon? Or worse, what if this injury becomes a long-term blow to her career? Athletes and doctors know the danger. This isn't overreaction, it's a reality check. Compensation injuries are real, and if mishandled, they can end legacies before they even begin.
You have to be careful of is if, say you try to rush her back from this injury as well, then you're getting into this territory where a very serious injury can happen.
The entire WNBA has been running on borrowed time, clinging to the hope that their star player could carry the weight of the league without cracking under pressure. But Caitlin Clark's groin strain didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's the culmination of months of pushing through pain, hitting the weight room to absorb brutal fouls, and suiting up for games when what she really needed was rest. This wasn't just bad luck, it was inevitable.
The WNBA, you still have time, because obviously there are still tickets left. There are still tickets left. And normally there are very few, if any, tickets left for any of the Caitlin Clark games. If we're being honest, it is normally had been really hard to get tickets for Caitlin Clark games. But it doesn't seem to be as hard this year, as first of all. Doesn't seem to be as hard, second of all, she's injured. And not only that, they're promoting the game with two injured players. They are promoting the game with two players that have a 50-50 chance of playing, because let's be real, with Nafisa Collier, this could be Alyssa Thomas's MVP.
Because without Caitlin Clark lighting up the court, draining logo threes and fueling TikTok with daily highlight reels, the cracks are now impossible to ignore. What we're left with is a league scrambling to stay afloat, desperately chasing viewership while learning the hard way that problems don't vanish just because you pretend they don't exist. So yes, call it turmoil, tragedy, or total implosion, the WNBA is right in the middle of it. What do you think? Is this the turning point the league needed, or the beginning of a complete collapse? Caitlin Clark's injury isn't just another sports headline, it's a full-blown crisis. And unless the league takes immediate action, this moment could define whether the WNBA rises to the next level or fades out entirely. If you're following every twist in the Caitlin Clark story, drop your thoughts in the comments and hit that subscribe button. Unless the league throws another disaster our way, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel, Clark Facts. Love you all, my amazing viewers.